Okay, I'm going to try to do this live coding challenge. First, let me share my screen here. And then, wait a minute, I might have to share more than that. Let me pick up the challenge. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to paste the challenge into script.js. It's usually the place to start. And I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Okay, so paste. This I'm going to do word wrap. And then I'm going to go ahead and comment this out. Okay, first step's always pseudocode. Create a button. Put on event listener. Write function called Jan holidays. Function will search through the list of the holidays, return an order of this. So eventually I'm going to get pseudocode to be written. All of you should be set on the right side of the screen, a div with a white background. So let's set up the div myself. Okay, so set up div in HTML. Add white background styling. Let's see. I'm going to assume that my assessor is not going to let me do that part manually, so I'm gonna have to do that with code. So just set up the div in HTML, grab the div programmatically, add the white background styling, create the button, and event listener, and then add the button to the div. And let's just see where we are here, because we haven't done the hard part, but we've done a bunch of it in terms of like what needs to happen. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to start executing the code. So first of all, I got my list container here. I guess I'm just going to put a new div here called ID equals Jan holidays. I just put Jan, that's fine. Okay, so set up a div, grab the div programmatically. So here we go. Const Jan equals document dot get element by ID Jan. Then add the white background styling. Jan dot style equals. This part I got to look up because I'm just not confident about. Add style to element JavaScript. Perfect. There you go. W3 schools. Dot style dot whatever equals. Okay, so dot style dot background color. Okay, equals white. And I think at this point it should say we grabbed it, we turned it to white, so we should be able to see it. Maybe not, maybe because there's nothing in it. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and proceed with some more stuff here, and then we'll create element. Let's just make a button, put an event listener. Oops, I probably need a variable for that. Const but equals, and then but dot add event listener. And boy, my typing is not great. And then we need two things, click and a callback function. Let's just set up a callback function that's very simple for now. Console log I was clicked. Eventually, this is where the hard work is going to happen. Yeah, so this is a good place to check in because I can replace this with my Jan Holidays callback function, but let's just see if it's working. Let's see. So I was over here on document, I think. Get out of my way. There we go. And then I want to refresh the page. And I don't really see anything so far. Let me see if there's any message. Oh, can't read properties of null, reading style. Yeah, I was a little worried about that because let's take a look at the index.html. We've got this down here, but we've got our script up here. So I'm going to move my script down so that the div is here by the time we get to this file. There's code here. It looks like there's a DOM content loaded event, so I could have just put it all into there. But let me just see if this will solve it a different way. Okay, we don't have an error this time. And I've got my div Jan there. So I may want to get it onto the right side of the page. Also, don't see a button. Oh, because I never appended the button. Yes, common mistake. Jan.append but. Okay, and now refresh. Aha! Now I got myself a little button. Oh, I probably need to say something on the button. What does it say? No, it doesn't say what it should say, but it's such a small button. I need to put some text in. But.inner text equals click me. Okay, refresh. All right, there we go. Yeah, like I might want, I don't know, some more things here for styling. I'm not gonna get too lost in this. Width equals 200. Jan.style.float equals right. Let's just see if this kind of, yeah, there we go. Okay, great. And right now, good, I got my event listener working. Okay, so now let's go ahead and pull out this callback function and write this as Jan Holidays. And then we'll do function Jan Holidays. And we'll just say console log I was clicked. Okay, so we're just one more level of abstraction here. Click me, I was clicked. Awesome. Now we have the hard work to do. I'm going to go back to pseudocoding. So first I need to see if the button is clicked before the year is input. You'll display a message that tells users they have to search for a year first. I guess I'm going to start with that. Set up conditional logic to see if the holidays have been listed out. If not, render a message on the screen. Let's see, that would be something like add a p tag. So that's create element, append, inner text that says what to do. If so, grab holidays in January. And there's a couple different ways I could think about that. So I guess I'm just gonna leave that for now, but then create a ordered list. Create an OL for each holiday. Create an LI inner text, and then append LI to OL, and then append OL to a div. And I think that's kind of what needs to happen. So let me just quickly go over here and take a look, because if I put in 1979 and I press this, what is it that shows up on the screen? I think it's the fact that there's a UL now in here. So under the ID list container, I should find a UL. Or in other words, let's see, list container right now. Oh, no, it does have a UL, but the UL is empty. So for instance, if I did a document.get element by ID list, and then I did dot children, I'd get an empty collection. So dot length 0. There's a condition. Because if I look at the index HTML, the UL is built in, but I can ask whether there's any children. That's a good condition for finding out whether this has been put in or not. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to make my conditional structure. If condition, open close parentheses, else, open close curly, sorry, not parentheses. So my condition is just this is equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, then I'm going to do jan dot text jan dot inner HTML plus equal. This is a lazy way to do it. You have to submit a year first. Ding dong. Okay, so let me see if it works. Whoop. Okay. I guess that's the danger of doing this kind of thing on the fly. All right, so we were at the point where we were going to test our code to see if clicking me, yeah, you have to submit a year first, you ding dong. All right, good. So let's see. And then the else branch, I would have document dot get element. Well, I'll just copy this thing really. Li elements equals const li elements equals. Okay. So let me go ahead and do this once I've filled this out. 1993 search. Okay, great. And then I'm going to do that one that I did, children, good. And I was thinking I could do something clever, but let's just be lazy to start with. I mean, we know that by looking at these two things. Oh, wait, is inauguration day also? Oh, interesting. Yeah, this could be challenging in the sense that, yeah, where does that information come from? Oh, right, because it could be, oh, this is good. This is good. Because 1993, there was an inauguration day, but in 2012, there was not an inauguration day. Is that right? Oh, wait a minute. I gotta refresh this so it doesn't clear itself out. Correct. So I can't assume that it's always going to be the first three. It could be the first two, it could be the first three. So how am I going to look at that and know? Well, let's look back at my code and think about how this worked. So we got mouse over, mouse out. We got an append child. Yeah, we got an element button. Add event listener, click. No. Where is, so make list. So the click. So it's all nested inside of the click. So in other words, I kind of have to get this information here. But you know what would be a clever way to do that? Okay, so now I'm thinking pseudocode here. there's nothing immediately obvious about whether based on the title, whether it's in January or not. It could be 2, it could be 3. I could look at the text and say, based on President's Day, look at the third one. Is it President's Day or not? And that would tell me whether it's 2 or 3. Okay, so here's one option for pseudocode. Look at inner text of the third element of the LI elements HTML collection. If this inner text contains president, no, sorry, inauguration, President's Day is in February, inauguration, whatever, inaug, then I know that I want the first 3 elements in my ordered list. If not, I just want 2 elements. Okay, so that's one option. Option 2, go back in the original code and hold on a second. Okay, we got a lost chihuahua. Boy, this has not been a smooth live coding exercise. Okay, wait a minute. Did I share the whole thing? Share, yes, desktop. Okay. So option 2 is go back to the original code, and when I have access to the date, add some hidden attribute like ID that I can then look at as I loop through LI elements so that I can tell which holidays were in January. Okay. I like this one better because this is cheating a little bit, kind of based on prior knowledge about what the holidays are, and I'm making some assumptions. I mean, maybe there was some random one that, you know, didn't have 2 or 3. I mean, if we go back far enough, right, Martin Luther King Day wasn't even a thing, so it could be a bad assumption. So let's see. I guess I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with the objects that I'm working with. Console log each object, and then let's go ahead and refresh, and we'll go 1992, and we'll search. So date, local name, yeah. So I think the date is critical here because I can tell from the date that it, and I can do a little bit of slice here to figure out exactly what the month is. And basically I want 01 as the identifier here. So let's do a little bit of logic. Let's drill down. This would be each object dot date. I need to look up slice. I'm going to work with this as practice. So let me just say const practice equals this string. And so I think it would be practice dot slice. Let's say 4 to 6. Shoot. And okay, not quite. I think it'd be 5 to 7. 5 to 7. Perfect. So if I do set attribute ID first list. Why am I doing this? Let's change this. This is going to be dynamic now. This is going to be, and we're violating the rules a little bit with ID since ID should really be unique. But let's just say it will be equal to each object dot date dot slice 5 comma 7, and I'm going to put it here just so I can see it. 5 comma 7. All right, and then let's do it. Nothing broke. 1935. Oops. 1935. Oh my goodness. Really struggling here. Okay. Yeah, see, this is this is actually not accurate, but whatever. Okay, so 01 New Year's Day, right? Yep, perfect. And if I look at the elements, I can see that in my list container, that's there, here, yep, ID 01, perfect. So then that's the ID that I'm looking for here. So as I go through this, then I can say li elements dot for each L, and then I can ask if L dot ID equals 01, oops, comparison, not assignment. Get this structure set up correctly. Console log. I happened in January. Let's see, this is if this one here. So, okay, so let's see. Back to console, clearing this out. We're putting in a year, 1998. We're searching. Now we're going to click me. No. Aha, yes. Yes, the old for each is not a function problem, right? Because this is actually not an array. Oh, wait a minute. I could do a for loop. That's fun, but I can also change HTML collection to array. JavaScript. Okay, that's Stack Overflow. I can't use it. Gav's blog, blogs. Collection item. DOM HTML collection object. Well, let's just look at this. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna loop because I took 2 seconds. I looked for it, but I couldn't find it. Let I equal 0. I is less than li elements dot length I plus plus. And then I'm going to say this little block of code. If L, no, it's not L, it's going to be li elements bracket I dot ID is 01. Console log happened in January. Close it. This is all going away. All right, let's see if it works. Back to back to this. Here we go. 1997 search. Okay, and then click me. Happened in January 3 times. Yes, sir. All right. So then it's really just a matter of what am I going to do? And as my documentation said, I need to create an OL. So here I could say const OL equals document dot create element OL. Then for each holiday, okay, so I'm going to create an LI document dot create element li const li equals, all right, then li dot inner text equals what am I doing? What's the task want me to put here? The name of the holiday? Return an order list of holidays, so it'd be the name of the holiday. So it'd be like li element dot inner text, maybe. And then what was my pseudocode? Append the li to the ol dot append li. And then at the end of this for loop, I'm going to do jan.append ol. Woo, okay, let's see. 1999 search. Click me. Out. Li element not defined. This is line 110. Sounds like a plural problem. Yes, li elements I, not li elements. Yep, because it's singular. I think it's important to pay attention to your singulars and your plurals. It's just helpful. Oh my gosh, look at that. Nice. Oh, what's this? Delete. Oh, shoot. Yeah, got to fix that. Anyways, I got to run, but I'm on my way. I need to fix up this text a little bit. It's got the word delete at the end. But other than that, I'm in pretty good shape. All right.